Do you remember this bangle with the square wire? Well, yes, there are different shapes of wire. And in this tutorial, as we had before, we are going to make a wire earring with a square wire. This is the type, and if you cut the wire out, you'd see a square surface. Besides wire, round nose pliers, chain nose pliers, and flush cutter is needed. Also, a ring mandrel or any other kind of cylindrical shapes that you have all around. And the sandpaper. As the number of this kind of special paper for polishing our wire jewelry is higher, it would be softer. And as the number is lower, it would be rough. First, we need the length of about 15 centimeters on our cubic wire, and we cut a pair of them for pair of earrings. Before doing anything, we need to make those wire strands all straight. I'm doing it first with my chain nose pliers and correct the overall shape. Then with my wooden ring mandrel, start hammering it and pushing it to be all straight. But you could use a nylon mallet or a plastic hammer too. As this is a square type, I'm doing it on 4 sides. And when it's all straight, I'm going to separate 4 centimeters for my first decorative part and 4 centimeters for the main body. Thus, on 8 centimeters, I put my chain nose pliers and make a 90-degree bend. If your wire is a little hard as mine, you could use your chain nose pliers at this stronger point. And as this is a square type, the angle would be sharp enough. And it's all okay. Then I need my ring mandrel, or you could use a marker, a pen, or a pencil as you desire, and put it in between. Then bend the 2 strands of wire from left and right and wrap it all around. This would be something like a leaf. You could even use a bigger diameter, just like this. I'm moving it on my ring mandrel to have a bigger size. Then at this intersecting point, I'm going to bend one of those shorter strands and bend it completely and to squeeze it tight. So a bend is needed, and then to squeeze it on the other side. As you can see, my wire is a little tough, but if your wire is softer, absolutely it's easier. After that complete round, this is the time to make the extra part curved. But first, at the ending point, I'm going to make a circle and a loop with round nose pliers and make it all round. Now let's work on here on the curve shape, and I'm using my round nose pliers to do that better on this hard wire, but you could do that with your fingers if the wire is soft. Now this is the first decorative part, and I'm going to make the other one. So I'm going to wrap the other strand just like this. I'm going to form it and roll it as if we are making a loop at the top. Just little by little and very carefully do that. But the point is to leave about 1 millimeters in between to insert the earring hook in. For the continuous part, again, I'm going to form it, and this is all up to you. You could make different free forms, and here I'm going to make another like the first one. So I make a loop at the ending part of this wire with my round nose pliers, and then to shape it just like the previous one. Then to place it in the middle of the wire leaf that we had made first. Just the last corrections is load in, and that would be our very beautiful wire earring. But there are still some details, so stay tuned. And also to make it flatten by hammering it with your wooden ring mandrel or your nylon mallet or even the hard hammer. Just press it a little. Now that the overall structure is made, this is the time to make the hook for our very beautiful wire earring. So pick up the 20 gauge wire, of course, the rounded one, and make a loop at the starting point with round nose pliers and keep it tight. Then with the other hand, roll the wire back, make a bend and cut it out in about half of a centimeters. And that would be the earring hook we are going to insert. And make sure there won't be any empty spaces in between. Now, before attaching these two parts, this is the time to pick up the sandpaper, and we are going to use the number 400. It's not very soft, it's not very rough, and we are going to apply it on all surface of our wire earring. And this helps to remove the trace of your tools, round nose pliers or chain nose pliers, while you're working on the wire. And this is an efficient way if you don't access the polishing machines. As you see, I had tied the sandpaper and I'm using it to polish all the parts, and then to open up the loop of my earring hook and insert it at the top area of my wire earring. Then to close it, that would be ready, my very beautiful wire earring. And the black color of my hand is, of course, because of using the sandpaper, and that is natural. Hope you had enjoyed, my friends.